Hello, this is Dr. Ron Perdue. I am a retired medical doctor and acupuncturist. I'm coming to you here from the Wuzu Chin Research Center in Mobile, Alabama, under the direction of Grandmaster John Graham Sr. After 35 years of clinical practice, I retired in 2023, and I've been with Grandmaster John Graham Sr. since 1983. He ranks me as a ninth degree black belt. I'm here today talking about a form done that we usually call Ngor Chor Tem Tou. Ngor Chor Tem Tou is Hokkien for 9 times hitting the head. There's another form, a similar form, that goes by the name of San Tou Tem Tou, which means 3 times hitting the head. Interestingly, if you look this form up and you look it up in different lineages, you can find it on YouTube under a different name. If you look up on YouTube under the Southern Shaolin Wuzu boxing series, you can find it under the name Chin Tou, Chentou. Master Chi taught a form called Chin Tou that he called forward head. In the research that I did on this, what you find is that Grandmaster Chi said that Chin Tou meant forward head. Technically, in Mandarin, to say Chin Tou, to say forward head, you would need to say Chin Jin Da Tou. So I think what they did is they shortened this to an idiom, to a slang term, to be Chin Tou. So the name of the form is actually in Mandarin Chin Tou. And Ngor Chor Tem Tou, or San Tou Tem Tou, is actually terminology of whether you do the technique that is particular to this form 5 times or 3 times. So the technique is designed to hit the head 5 times or 3 times. So what is the technique that makes this form different than the others? So when you finish doing your first 8 moves, what Master Chi called first 8 methods, you end in this position, a double dragons fighting for the pearl. And the technique from here, so in the tradition of the Shaolin monks, they turn the right foot out, step slide across, lower the hands, step again, go across, catch here. Hold to the stomach, hit here. Go up, down, pull back, double tiger strike, 1, 2, 3. In the Kong Han version, they start here, drop the hands, Bagua step across, turn the foot, turn the hands, high, drop, open, tiger, 1, 2, 3. There's slight variations in those. Okay, so now what I want to show you is how those 2 different lineages can work with a partner drill and then with what might be considered a combative drill. Okay, so Cole, if you'll join me. we're going to just turn to the side here. Cool. So on the partner drill, we start at a distance of wrist to wrist. This gives us plenty of room. You might say this is an agreed upon drill. Cole and I have agreed to step and move with each other in a way that we will be safe in doing the drill. So to start with, I turn my foot, Cole kicks, and I sweep that kick out, step across, block. He punches the other hand, pull it up, turn this into an arm bar. He escapes by rolling out, block one, block two, he turns, I double strike, he blocks to the inside, I block, he blocks one, two, three. And that's how that would work as a partner drill. Very safe, neither one of us is really in any danger. That's essentially a non-combative way of using the moves. To show you how to use this in a more combative way. First of all, I want to talk about some acupuncture theory and some medical terminology. So on Cole's foot here, at the bottom here, first thing I want to talk about here is the gallbladder meridian. On Cole's foot, gallbladder 41 is right here. This is Zulin Chi, okay? Zulin Chi means foot overlooking tears. And if I push on that or hit on that, he'll pick his foot up. It hurts. The one back here, this one is Kyushu. Kyushu means hill or mound ruins. The gallbladder meridian runs from here to here. Anatomically, as a medical doctor, what runs from here to here is the superficial fibular nerve, also called the superficial peroneal nerve. On the inside of his foot, above the ankle, 3 sun up, so basically right up in here, behind the tibia, bone here, runs the tibial nerve. And this point would be spleen 6, okay? This point down here is spleen 5, spleen 6. And with Cole's foot here, what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to put my hand on his shoulder, I don't want to hurt him by stepping on this, but what I want to do is I want to match the arch of my foot here with the mound of his foot here, and when I step, I'm going to step with the heel of my foot anywhere in between gallbladder 41 and gallbladder 40. I'm going to spin the ball of my foot, the outside portion here. I just want to touch his spleen meridian here. And in doing that, I'm going to nail his foot to the floor. I'm going to grind my heel, and I'm going to turn his foot and ankle and roll his ankle like that. Now, the gallbladder meridian here, the spleen meridian, gallbladder meridian belongs to the wood element, and the spleen meridian belongs to the earth element. In 5 elements theory, typically you would use the cycle of creation for healing, and we use the cycle of destruction for martial art purposes. So in that case, in the cycle of destruction, wood penetrates earth, and we get a cycle of destruction. On the hand, at the wrist, there are 2 points I want to use here. On this side of the pulse, this is where a doctor takes your pulse at. This point is known as liache. Liache means broken sequence. And if you think about that, when the doctor takes your pulse, it is a broken sequence, because that's a pulse. Boom, boom, boom. So it makes sense. That's lung 7. On the other side of the wrist, if I move the tendon out of the way, if I move the flexor carpi ulnaris tendon out of the way, I can access heart 7. Heart 7 is known as Shenmin. Shenmin means spirit gate. If I use this knob at my thumb here, okay, where the end of this bone swells and the end of this bone swells, I can fit that right on top of lung 7, and I can use the middle finger pushing over here on this side to fit here. So the lung meridian is metal. The heart meridian is fire. And in the cycle of destruction, fire melts metal. Well, anatomically, what that means is I can shut off the major arterial blood supply to his hand. I can shut off the radial artery and the ulnar artery with those 2 fingers, just like that. And he feels his hand going numb. I can also shut off the radial nerve and the ulnar nerve, but I've left the median nerve unblocked. So I shut off 100% of the blood flow to his hand and 2/3 of the nervous supply to his hand. I'm also going to use up here on his shoulder 2 points. I'm going to use lung 1, okay, which is Shansong, which is central treasury, and lung 2, which is Chunmin, which is cloud gate. On the back of his head, I'm going to use a spot between the trapezius muscle. Oh, and these 2 points here are going to correspond to the median nerves going to his pectoral muscles. Here I'm going to use gallbladder 20, which lies between the trapezius muscle and the sternocleidomastoid muscle. This is gallbladder 20. This is Feng Qi, which means wind pool. This also is where the greater occipital nerve comes out of the skull and goes forward over the scalp. Okay? And those are the acupuncture points I'm going to use when I do this as a combative part. So, for this to be combative, I penetrate to the point where I'm now wrist to elbow with cold. We're standing this close. Since I'm this close, he really doesn't have enough room to kick well and maintain his balance. So his first punch is going to go towards the midsection. Both hands drop to block that. As I step across here to contact these on his foot, turn that out, he has to step across, and I block the second punch here. When I block the second punch here, I'm right at his elbow and wrist. I use a push forward here and a pull back here to time the punch towards my face so that I know when to block it. When I block it, I want to grab these 2 here, turn this, roll this. Now I'm going for the points here at his shoulder. The elbow comes across. And I'm using this part of the elbow here, the lateral epicondyle, to come down to catch right here. And this is why I believe the form is called forward head. Because the more I bring my head forward, the more I am able to hit him here. So with these points at his wrist, his shoulder, and his head, should be pretty easy to knock him out if that's what I'm trying to do. He's going to escape this by spinning the same, block 1, block 2, but now he's going to try to trip. I go straight out. Now in the combative style, he does not want to try to fight me by going against my pectoral muscles, by going inside, using his back muscles. He's going to use his back, or his pectoral muscles, to go against my back muscles to push my arms in and down using crane to fight tiger. And then when the strikes come, he pushes them over and out rather than in, so that he crosses my arms to the outside. So that's a more combative style. Thank you, sir. That's a more combative style of playing that section of Ngor Chor Tem Tou. So I hope that helps you to look at your forms a little differently, to look at them as a way of training them both as a partner drill and then maybe in a little more combative style. Acupoints can be used for healing, and acupoints can be used for causing damage. There's more to what I just showed you than what I showed you. The other points that are used, the other things that are embodied in this, are passed by oral teaching only. And there's reason for that. I want to say this too. Again, I hope this helps you in your own study and learning of Wuzichin. As a doctor, I feel like I should say this. I'd like you to consider that your hands can be used to injure people. They can also be used to help people. So I ask you, wherever you are, to go out and learn to do CPR. Because basic cardiopulmonary resuscitation can save a life. It might be a family member or a friend or somebody you don't know. If you can use your hands to damage people, learn to use them to save a life. Wherever you are, I hope you have a great day or a great night, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you.